In the deep waters of the sea, a wide variety of life forms exist. The jellyfish is one of the earliest forms of life on this planet which has survived the passage of time. The sea is a major source of food. The heavy rain along the Canara coast and the large volume of river water merging with the sea makes the seawater less saline, which provides an ideal condition for the growth of marine life. The Canara coast is a transition between Kerala and the Konkan coast. It comprises Karnataka and Goa. Rocky cliffs dominate the coastline. This area provides the geologist with an abundance of rock formations. The basalt rocks of St. Mary's Island near Malpe are columnar in structure. These rocks are made of lava flows. They came into existence along with the formation of the Deccan Plateau. Basalt is a fine-grained rock, igneous in nature. These lava flows gush out from inside the earth through a vent and spread over a large surface area. The rough, shallow sea does not allow the development of natural harbors. Most ports on this coast are small, and some are used only for local trade. Karwar is fairly well sheltered, and hence is a natural harbor. It is located on the Kali Nadi, which flows from the Western Ghats. Bhatkal is essentially a fishing harbour. The immediate hinterland being poor, there isn't sufficient economic activity to make it a busy port. Today, Honava is only a small town in spite of being one of the oldest cities on our sea coast. Mangalore has become a major port of our country. The large volume of trade consists of timber, crude oil, iron ore, pepper, tea and cashew nuts. It also handles about 3/4 of the coffee trade in India. Today Mangalore has attained the status of an industrial centre in Karnataka. Fishing is a major economic activity on the coast, both for domestic as well as for export markets. fishermen use traditional as well as mechanized boats. Many traditional boats are now fitted with onboard engines. The Malpe Fisheries Harbour is a major centre for fishing. A large number of people are engaged directly or indirectly in this activity. As each boat comes in, eager tradesmen gather around for the auction of the catch. The auctioned fish are sent to the processing units as well as to the hinterland and cities for sale. But there is an air of despondency. The marine biologists have forewarned that indiscriminate exploitation of seafood may lead to depletion of marine life, a warning which has gone unheeded up till now. The outdated ships provide another occupation of shipbreaking to the people. Near Udupi, the old ships are dismantled. The machines in a reasonable working order are reconditioned and sold to factories. The other materials are sold as scrap. The coastal area is hot and humid. Duration of the rainy season increases as we travel further south. The coastal plains receive a high amount of rainfall during monsoon. The windward side of the Western Ghats receives the highest amount of rainfall in the entire western coast. The narrow plain along the coast is interspersed by mountains and hills. The high rainfall areas are devoted to the cultivation of paddy. In certain parts, as many as 3 crops are harvested in a year. Sugarcane is a new cash crop introduced in this area. Cultivation of coconut, banana and pepper are also undertaken, though on a smaller scale. Tea and coffee are grown at higher altitudes. Multiple cash cropping has increased the prosperity of the farmers in the rural areas, attracting more people to settle here. Most of the settlements are linear. Usually, a house is in the center of a compound full of trees. People of different faiths live together and take part in each other's social activities. Dussehra is a festival in which all, irrespective of caste and creed, take part. The highlands, the other major physical feature, covers a large part of the state and is known as the Malenar. Heavy rain favors the growth of dense forests of bamboo, teak and sandalwood. Forestry is a major industry in Karnataka. The composition of the flora changes according to the level of precipitation. The steep slopes are covered with grass. The Western Ghats form the major watershed of peninsular India. A number of rivers originate here. The river Sharavati descends from a height of about 250 meters. This is known as the Jog Falls. The Jog Falls form the country's most gigantic waterfall because of the unique combination of exceptional height and huge volume of rainwater. In the dry season, the falls divide into 3 or 4 spouts of water descending in narrow ribbons. The highlands are equally rich in mineral deposits. Iron ore and manganese are mined in Karnataka and Goa. In Karnataka, the country's largest iron deposits are to be found. In the picturesque surroundings of Kudremukh are located the iron ore mines. A plant has also been set up to prepare iron ore concentrates for export. Unfortunately, mining has been causing ecological imbalances, particularly in the hills. Goa today is one of the smallest states of India. More than 2 decades ago, it was under the rule of the Portuguese. During the 17th century, it was one of the most opulent cities of the world. The magnificent Baroque buildings, such as the Cathedral of St. Catherine and the great Church of Bom Jesus, are great tourist attractions. Today, it is a leading pilgrim center for Christians. The main occupation of Goanese is agriculture. They grow paddy, coconut, cashew, and spices. But Goa is best known for cashew and its byproducts. The long association with outsiders has resulted in a high degree of cultural fusion. The influence of the Portuguese can be seen in the dress and cultural life of the people, even in rural Goa. The cultural richness and natural beauty attracts large number of tourists from within the country and outside. The natural beaches of Goa are well known all over the world. Marmagua and Vasco da Gama are the two trading centers. Marmagua port is the most well-equipped port between Bombay and Cochin. From here, manganese and iron ore are exported. As the night sets in, the long day's activities draw to an end. The tired dock workers wend their way home. The glow in the evening sky is reflected in their hearts and minds. They have earned their night's rest. Far off, anchored in the harbor, the ships stand loaded and ready to leave for distant lands. As darkness spreads, twinkling lights from the offshore boats and the port cast their reflection on the silent waters of the sea. A serene calm pervades the air, and only the gentle murmur of the restless waves ceaselessly beckons to this land of enchantment.
Kendadi makkalamari rinavadi riti